almost got the wrong name. Hey guys, sorry about that. We're live now. How you like that? Welcome to GBN Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and we were having a little technical difficulties there right as soon as this show. But it's all good. It's 11 o'clock hour, and we're here live with GBN. Guys, we want to thank our sponsor, Grand Strand Law Group. They want to be your trusted choice. They have offices in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach. And you can reach them at 843-492-5422 or online at grandstrandlawgroup.com. Don't forget to give Facebook your permission to so we can see your comments. You can just accept the terms when you're watching on Facebook, or you can go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. And guys, if you have any questions today, make sure you type them in your whatever social media platform you're working on so that we can get them on air. Remember, guys, GBN Live is next. All right, guys, welcome back to GBN Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and today we have with us T'Mars McCallum.
Hey, how are you?
Great Spanish or a Scottish or Irish name. Is that what it is, McCallum?
Yeah, I think it is Irish.
I think it is Irish too. He is with TeamLogic IT, and he is an IT professional. And we're going to talk to him today about all kinds of wonderful things that you need to know for your business so we can get that going. So first, before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family, that kind of thing.
Originally from Dillon, South Carolina, so not far from back home. And I've been in Myrtle Beach area now for just over 20 years. My wife and I have been married for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And we have two sons, TJ and Collins. TJ is a freshman at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and Collins is in 11th grade at the AST.
Nice. I guess he was pretty proud with the way Tennessee played this year, huh?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He said that Alabama game was pretty exciting.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Does he go to a lot of the games?
He went to that one.
Yeah.
He went to that one.
Tennessee played well this year, but I'm a Bulldog, so he might throw something at me. I don't know. So I understand that TeamLogic offers a lot of things for a business and whatnot to its clients. Can you tell us about the company, how it started, how long it's been in business, that kind of stuff?
So TeamLogic IT was started in 2004, and what we do is we're actually a franchise. So we are part of a growing group of 250 plus offices across the United States, Canada, and beyond, and we have over 800 technicians. So you don't solely rely on the expertise of the folks in our office, but we have the expertise of the other technicians, analysts, and professionals that are, across the globe. So we have, we call ourselves national with a local presence.
Ooh, I like that. National with a local presence. That's pretty cool. So talk to us about the managed IT services. What is that? I see that a lot on your website. What does that entail? How does that affect the business, that kind of stuff?
So the managed IT services aspect, we really like to tailor solutions that are specific for the needs of any business or organization. So with managed services, we typically on a monthly basis monitor your computers, monitor your servers, your networks, to make sure that your operating systems are up to date. We also make sure that your antivirus and anti-malware programs are working properly, and they're updated and functioning the way they should as well. That's probably a big part of the broad scope of what we do as far as managed services. We also offer project-based services. We offer hourly-based services. So there's just a plethora of things that we're able to offer businesses and organizations.
Something I always said is I think that the people that like Norton and McAfee and those are also the people that create the viruses that you buy the most up to date software.
I tell you what's interesting and what a lot of people don't realize is that viruses they're not created by the Nortons and the McAfees, but those viruses can be fought just like medical viruses. You work on finding a solution after they actually come to fruition.
Right.
So that's it's important that you have those types of programs and that you have them updated, and that those companies are working diligently to make sure that they're keeping you as protected as best as they can.
And that's what those updates are for. Is you usually see they come in contact with a virus or whatever, and then they were able to put some kind of a block in there. And
similar to what you have with your operating systems with their updates. It's because there's something new that's going on that they need to protect you, or some piece of technology that actually helps your system to work a little better. So that's why it's important that those updates are done.
Yeah, and you wonder why they do those things. Why are those people sitting? How do they benefit from them? It's a pain in the butt. It really is. It's more to aggravate you than anything else.
Yeah, and that's where we come in. So
I know you're right.
That away from you. So this is what we find a lot of smaller businesses. They're trying to figure those things out on their own. We take that headache away.
Yeah. And you can do it so much faster.
Yes.
So you're in and out in 15 minutes, and they're going to spend 5 days on it.
Probably less than that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Especially now, you can remote in to do some of that stuff. So that's nice. So I know everybody's hearing this, so let's talk about it. Yeah, everything seems to be going to the cloud.
Yes.
So talk to us about that service and how is that more secure than storing files locally? I think that's a huge question.
Well, the cloud is kind of the way to go nowadays. So it just makes for a lot more operational efficiency, so that you're not so dependent on files being locally on a computer or a server. You're having to almost manually attach yourself to that device. So with the cloud, you're able to access those files or even those services nowadays from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection.
And so your cloud-based services can also have better security measures because everything stored there, they're going to have a better firewall or a better security thing in place than all the individual computers that are uploading things to the cloud.
Well, that really kind of depends on the business and kind of what some of the things that they have set up in the background. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're more protected. It really is for easier access. You still have to take those precautionary measures and in your offices and in your businesses install things such as firewalls. Make sure that you have multi-factor authentication so that you're not logging in with just a password that you can write down and take on the back of your keyboard, or you can share with family or friends. Then you have, a password as well as some type of code that's maybe texted to your phone, or maybe some key fob type of device.
Right.
Extra added security.
Google came out with that. What is it? Google. It's the password one. Oh, what is it called? Where it sends you the code changes every few minutes.
Yes.
What is that called? It's Google something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but there's so many different types of services and that relate to adding security. So one business I used to work for, they used to have these key fobs where the code actually changed literally every 10 seconds.
Wow.
So yeah.
And that's good to have.
Absolutely.
Because that keeps people from doing it. Absolutely. A lot of times it'll take longer than 10 seconds for them to breach.
Exactly.
Whatever. So let's talk about some of these cybersecurity services that you offer because there's so many businesses, big businesses. Yes. Target was one recently that was breached. Well, maybe it's been a couple of years now. Yeah. But how does all that system work? And I'm sure there's different levels of that you can get depending on your business and your needs. But.
Yeah. So most of those cybersecurity threats that you typically see, they come in many different forms. So we typically see kind of like cartoons where you have the cybersecurity criminals sitting in a basement or a dungeon with all these monitors around, just trying to hack into people's systems. But it's easier nowadays than anything else. So we've seen companies get compromised via email because someone clicked on an email that they shouldn't have clicked on outside of the company, or just a very fraudulent email, or people just using very different passwords that are easy to guess. You just wouldn't believe how easy it is now to guess passwords. So that's why the ABC 123 hasn't worked for very long time. So that's why you see now where a part of most people's frustration is I got to recreate another password, and it's got to be 35 characters long with letters, numbers, symbols, capitalization. I'll get that at third. but it can come. Those threats come in so many different forms. That's why it's important to have experts like the folks here at TeamLogic IT to help you mitigate and manage those types of threats. Now, we can't protect you from every threat because every threat that's available isn't actually known to man yet. So,
No,
whenever they become available is whenever we take that proactive and preventative approach to help protect you.
Yeah. Chris is watching us on Facebook. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. He says two-factor authentication is what it's called. So, that is a great tool. And, a lot of companies are requiring that now.
Yes.
Even GoDaddy, if you want to use their services to host a website, if you log in, you have to put in a two-factor two-step authorization to make that happen. So.
Yeah, it's important. It's not just a password, but something you actually physically have on you. So just in case your password is compromised, there's still not a way for them to get into the system unless they have that code.
Right. Yeah. And one of the things that I find interesting too is that you're seeing more and more where it may be an email, it may be a download, it may be whatever, but these companies are planting the virus and not activating them for months down the road. So it's harder for you to find where the breach actually happened.
So that's another very important that comes up as well because they can lie dormant on your system. It could come in the form like a file or a download that just sits there. They're called keyloggers. That's why it's even important that for some company that allows customers to come into their office and they actually could see a physical computer or a monitor, those USB ports you can shut them down because they can actually plug a keylogger directly into it without you seeing it. We've seen it so many times where you walk into a doctor's office or any office and they've got the monitor right there. And you just reach right there and either unplug it, plug it in, just do whatever.
That happened at Best Buy not long ago, where one of their computers in their computer department, that was their register. Somebody put a USB in, and it affected all that.
They attached it to the register. Guess what they were attempting to get?
All your credit
card information. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's scary. It really is scary.
It is.
It's funny that we just mentioned. There was a issue that was going on here in our county not too long ago, to where they were putting this dime-sized tab beside the credit card swipe at gas pumps, and then guy would put it on there, then he would go inside to the store, and then his partner was sitting in the car on the other side, and every time somebody swiped those cards, it was reading the credit card number. He would use the restroom, buy something in the store, they would get in the car and leave, and they had 15, 20 credit cards, boom, just like that. I think they finally caught them. Thank goodness.
Yeah, just like that. You have to be careful everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Gas stations, online purchases. So be careful with the websites that you're purchasing from. Everything you do nowadays, just monitor those bank accounts and credit card statements closely. Yeah.
Make sure you're buying from websites that are secure with an HTTPS in the front or the padlock. Sometimes it doesn't show HTTPS, but it will show the padlock. So that's scary time, especially this time of the year.
So, and you have also fake websites that you have to watch out for. So I know people that have been compromised. They thought they were going to Apple's website, and there was a mock website that looked just like Apple. And these persons would talk you into going to buy, iTunes cards, things of that nature, and give them the card number. But sometimes you have to think like that's not logical when someone from Apple actually asked me to do that. So you have to be very careful because you just don't know.
Unfortunately, we're too vulnerable when it comes to some of that stuff. That's what it is. So let's talk about that. And we're going to get into a little bit more of this after the break. But you offer data and voice services as well, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. So we offer data and voice services to our customers as well, if that's a part of their needs. We are able to get phone systems. If you need help with your internet support, sometimes you got internet service, but it's just not working as well as you really want it to. So we, or actually shout out to Chris who's watching us live now. That's my partner. He actually owns this franchise, and he was actually served as your virtual chief information officer. and he would take care of those needs. So if you're needing to call your internet provider to try to figure out what's going on or why isn't your service working the way it should, he can take care of that for you. Or we run into a lot of businesses that have a lot of telephone numbers, and so you try to help minimize and help them be a lot more efficient. He can help you with all of those needs.
And that's funny because you said virtual like that. A lot of companies, especially bigger companies, are going to virtual type services because if they don't need them full time, they can use the CIO or CFO. We had a guy on here, Gary Hayes, it was on a few weeks ago, and they offer a virtual CFO for your company. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Anyway. It can save you a lot of money. So we actually offer co-managed services. So even if you don't have IT staff, or if you have IT staff, and then there's areas of expertise that they don't specialize in, we can fill those voids. And what you do is that company saves money because they don't have to pay benefits, and retirement for those employees.
That's where a lot of it comes in. Guys, stick with us right after the break. We're going to talk with T'Mars about how you can keep your employees and your clients connected, and some of those other services that we have. So, guys, stick with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jess the San. I've been a canine liaison at Grand Strand Law Group for, 30 years? What's that? You don't believe me? I meant 30 dog years, of course. First rule of lawyering, read the fine print. Anywho, my humans at Grand Strand Law Group have a combined 20 years experience. I know, not as much as me, but that's in people years. So yeah, still pretty impressive. Real estate, estate planning, or probate, you need GSLG.
Grand Strand Law Group. Trust us, we have a dog.
Great Business Networking grew out of the idea that by creating lasting friendships within the community, we can make the community even better.
I was looking to network with professionals and to be able to refer my clients to somebody that I trust.
Well, it's really important to trust the members of the group because we really generate quality referrals, and to know somebody, be friends with them, and get that qualified referral is the key to success.
It is networking, but it doesn't feel like networking, and that is important to me. I come to the meetings, I have fun, I make great connections, and I help grow my business.
GBN, these are some of the best professionals in the market, and having that resource available to me, that's priceless.
Well, GBN is a network of business professionals that build long-lasting friendships that will not only grow my business, will grow yours as well. That's what referral marketing is all about.
GBN really is the most important marketing for your business. Check us out today. Hi, guys. Welcome back to GBN Live. I'm Todd Carter, your host, and today we have with us T'Mars McCallum, is TeamLogic IT. They're an IT service, and we do want to thank our sponsor, Grand Strand Law Group. They want to be your trusted choice. So if you have any questions for them, you can reach them at 843-492-5422 or online at grandstrandlawgroup.com. And also, if you have any questions, please make sure you type those in the comments below so that we can get those on air for you as well. And so let's get back into the interview here a little bit. So we talked about before the break the data services and the voice services, but there's some cool features that you guys offer that some businesses may not think about, especially if they're smaller companies, but like employee messaging, chat rooms that you can have that are internal, right? So you can chat from a computer to another computer, so to speak. Tell us about some of those.
Yeah, so we offer kind of a gamut of services that you can kind of just pick and choose from. So we have a lot of clients that use now Microsoft Teams. They use Google Meet, Google Chat.
Right.
So we help you implement those types of platforms into your business, and we help you manage them as well. So that's a lot of what we. That's a small part of what we do.
Yeah, but there's some cool services. I mean, especially if you have multiple locations, and you can keep it in house. and keep it private.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat.
Yeah. One of the neater things too is a lot of the not just the services, but the equipment that we help provide is for multi-purpose, multi-use, and they're not stationary. So a lot of our clients, when COVID hit, didn't have to buy any extra equipment. They could pick up what they had, and their employees could take it right into their homes and just continue to work as if they were in the office.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine that lives in Indianapolis. He worked for IBM. Huge company, had over 3,000 employees in the building, a huge building. And when COVID hit, the majority of them, and now all of them, work from home. And so you need that type of technology, number one. But by working from home, it also saves the electric bill that the facility has, the mortgage payment on the building that IBM has now sold. And they've actually given their employees a pay raise, which still saves the company money. And employees are loving it. So that's it's crazy. As bad as the virus was, or is still, because it is still out there, but as bad as it was, it did push us technology-wise.
Yeah, it pushed a lot of companies to really think differently when it came to technology, because a lot of employers were so accustomed to everyone coming into a building and just kind of standing over the shoulders of their employees per se. Well, that's just not the way that business is done nowadays. So all employers have had to build in those flexibility options, because now the employees really have the bargaining power. So they're able to say, okay, yes, I'd like to work for you, but this is what I need, versus you can work for me and this is what I provide for you.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And they say being more productive.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot of companies have found that their employees are way more productive at home and now have transitioned their jobs from being fully on site to fully remote.
Yeah, you used to see this a lot, that I would walk by your desk and say, tomorrow's let's go outside for a break or whatever. You don't get that anymore. So that's pretty cool. So I noticed on your website, and I want to talk about this a little bit, but you have a philosophy on there. One of your statements is people first, tech next. That goes a lot with GBN, where we have friends first, business second, which is up here. And they both basically say the same thing. You want to get that personal touch going. You want to make sure that you have that know, like, and trust factor in there. You want to make sure that we have the understanding and the accountability with each other, and then the business will come next. But when you do that, then that means I'm going to trust you to handle my business. Tell us a little bit about that and how TeamLogic looks at that.
That's an important aspect for how we actually have gain and manage business, especially here in this area, because a lot of the companies and organizations are still accustomed to things being done a certain way. But we take a really different approach to how we protect when it comes to technology. And so getting to know them on a more personal level is the way that we have to grow our business. So it's important that we get to know them, we actually listen to what their needs are, and then we come up with solutions that actually address all of their business needs. But yeah, it's important that we build those relationships first.
And that goes into kind of where I want to go next with this is being a franchise and being local and being involved in the community allows you to work with mom and pop companies. But being a franchise and being I thought you were just in the United States, but you're even outside the country as well. And having those resources, I think you mentioned that in 250 office locations and more, it allows you to work with a company that has multiple locations, but still have a local presence.
Yes. So we have interesting thing. We've had clients that were completely virtual. So the neat thing about that was it allowed them to be able to connect with any client, to connect with any TeamLogic IT office if they were traveling the country, instead of relying on us solely for support. We also have, clients that are just have types of needs, and so we actually are able to customize, what we offer to them, and be able to function a lot more efficiently. So, so that's the neat thing about what we have.
It is, and technologies that we mentioned with the Team Chat, the Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams, those
Yes.
kind of things. That helps you manage that and help keep that
Yeah.
in perspective
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah, because they're not just attached to your computer; they're also attached to your phones as well.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
I was actually in a meeting the other day, and we were discussing a product, and we weren't on the computer. We were sitting across the table at lunch together. And I get back to my office and I check my email, and then I had a message on Facebook. I go on Facebook, and the first ad that comes up is what we were talking about. So your cell phones are listening to you.
Always.
Scary.
Always. It used to be where if you typed in, you did a search for a product or a service, right?
Right.
And to maybe your social media platform, and you notice an ad. Well, now you got to be real careful with your apps that you're using on your phone, because again, they're listening.
Yeah, they do. Big Brother's listening.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the things I thought that was pretty. All right, guys, that means it's time for rapid fire. So we're going to throw him off a little bit here. So tell us about your first job.
Oh, my first job. The first job, I can tell you about many of small jobs I did with my dad, as far as working in the garden or riding around with him on when he drove trucks, and helping him do deliveries or things like that. But my first actual really tax-paying job was Burger King.
Burger King. Wow, that company's been around a minute too.
A long time.
So, yeah. They still have their original chicken sandwich.
Yes,
which I like.
they do.
They changed everything else, but the original chicken.
It's still good, and the Whoppers are still good.
I know. Yeah. Are you a night owl or an early bird?
It really depends. I'm not as much of a night owl as I used to be. I would probably say I'm more of an early bird nowadays.
Yeah. Dog or a cat person?
I don't have any pets. Yeah, I don't. If I did have it, I'd pick a cat.
Yeah. They're a lot easier.
Yeah.
I have 2 huskies at home.
Oh, man.
Like having 2 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
Dark or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
Yeah. Favorite color?
Red.
Red.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've had that one. We've had purple. We've had blue, green. I don't think we've had red. That's neat. Favorite word or phrase?
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Amen, brother. I like it. Love it. Favorite movie or actor?
My favorite movie is The Last Dragon.
Really?
It's a martial arts movie.
Yeah. I would have never guessed that. That's it.
Yeah.
Favorite song or artist?
My favorite artist, I have so many. It's probably Ty Trimbett. He's a gospel artist.
Yeah. Our producer and director that's here today, you know them, my daughter and her boyfriend. They both are on the worship team at their, so they love all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. What's your favorite vacation spot?
So I love cruises. So I took the first one in high school. My wife and I took it for our 20th anniversary this summer.
Yeah.
I just love a cruise.
Yeah.
I
love cruises too. They seem to keep going up and up and up in price to make up for their downtime with COVID. It's scary. Is there a favorite app you use regularly that would be inspirational or business app or anything like that?
I wouldn't say I have like a favorite app. What I do is to help manage like stress. I just check my social media pages and just kind of browse through there. But
sometimes that ad streaks though. There's some negative stuff on there.
Right. But you can control that. Control
swipe right or whatever
you see and who you follow. That's why I like that bullet feature.
That's exactly right. I've used it quite a bit for sure. So before rapid fire, what I was saying was that one of the things I like on your website is there's a section under resources that allows you or provides you with tips and tricks or videos or blogs on there about certain things. There's some good information. There's some really neat stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about that and I guess how all that's put together?
Yeah, so our websites are actually, every TeamLogic IT franchise has a website that's managed by our corporate office. So all the websites look the same, have the same exact content. And so there are neat resources and tricks that I would suggest that you check kind of weekly. You can also follow us on like Facebook as well and get access to the same type of information because technology changes every second of every day.
Sure
So
does.
instead of kind of relying on everybody's an expert on YouTube, social media, podcasts. So if you want to get real information that you can really depend on, go to our website and check it out and keep yourself up to date.
That's awesome. Guys, if you want to get in touch with T'Mars and TeamLogic, you can reach him at, I believe this is right, 854
Yes.
854 9942.
That's a new area code in South Carolina people aren't aware of.
I wasn't, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 854 854 9942. And we got it up on the screen there. Or you can reach them on their website at TeamLogicIT.com. So, tomorrow, before we go, can you tell us about what referral networking means to you, and especially why you chose GBN and what it's done for your business?
So referral networking to us, this really is really the heart of our business because you get an opportunity to share what you do with other like-minded individuals, and then they share that information with literally everybody they come across. So that referral network becomes marketing for your business, and it really helps you grow in many ways. So GBN has been great for us. It's not just giving us an opportunity to get to know individuals, businesses, and organizations, also an opportunity to help us spread the word about TeamLogic IT. And as educators like myself and Chris, helps us to be able to give a platform to educate individuals on the importance of having the right technology and the right persons.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great way to share your platform. And we need to get Chris after. Chris.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, guys, let me say this: we're going to be off next week for the holidays. So I think we have a graphic there that we can put up for the holidays. There you go. We wish you and your family happy holidays. Is also tomorrow's as well with you, you and your family. I hope you have a safe holidays, and I appreciate it. So, guys, we'll be back on January the 4th. I believe it's today. It's January the 4th, whatever the first Wednesday is in January. So, you guys have a safe and happy holiday, and we'll see you now. Remember, if it's Wednesday, it's GBN Live.